let's first play around in D just a little bit to find our way around in D. So what I like to do is play arpeggios first. And we'll do several arpeggios as we're playing this tune. You know, arpeggios are the notes, if you're not familiar. If you play a chord, that's several notes played at once. If you take the notes of the chord and play them like a scale, that's an arpeggio. So that's what we're going to do first. So in D, the big notes are, and I'm going to say them several ways. Does everybody, if I say a note on the fiddle, does everyone know where that is? Mandolins and fiddles. If I say play an F sharp on the D string, I'll also say finger or fret too. I'll do both. So in D, the big three notes are D, F sharp, and A. And so D, obviously you've got open D on your mandolin and on your fiddle, and then you've got the open A. Okay. The F sharp is, if you play a pattern in D in the key of D on the D string, the pattern for your fingers looks like this. In other words, the open string, first finger, a space or a fret, open fret, second finger, and the third finger, and then another open space. So if I put my fingers down like that, the note would be on the fourth fret on the mandolin. So it'd be open D, fourth fret or second finger on the fiddle, then open A, and then the D, the octave of D is the fifth fret on the A, right? Okay, let's just try that. That's just the most basic bit of arpeggio here. So we're just going to play, what I do is I'm going to count off, and we're going to play 2 of my foot taps on each note. So here we go. Ready, go. Now come on back down. Good, okay. So now, if we played all the rest of the notes you could do, there's a note below. There'd be the A on the G string, which is the first finger or the second fret on the mandolin. Find that note. Okay. And then if I went on up, and I went, I'd have the F sharp on the E string or the second fret on the E string, and the fifth fret on the E string. So it'd be, listen one time, it's like this. So on the A string, play the third finger on the A string. Now the first finger on the E, and then the third finger on the A, third finger, or the fifth fret. Okay, so if I played all the notes you could play in the D chord across the fiddle without getting up into a different position, I'd start right here. Just listen one time. I'd start here on this A on the G string, or the second fret would be. Okay, why don't you try that with me? We're going to start right here on this A on the G string. Here we go. Mandolins, if you want to do this, Okay, so now we've played that. Now let's just try a scale in D, just so we know where all the notes are. So I said the finger pattern in D looks like this. In other words, the open string, the first finger, a space, the second finger, and the third finger right next to it. So if I do that pattern on the D and the A string, it'll make a D scale. Just listen one time. I'm going to use that pattern, and it's going to go. Okay, let's just try that. Okay, here we go. 2 beats per each note. Ready, go. Now, if I took that on down, let's see. I'm going to take it up from there. So if I take it up from there and I start on this D, which is the third finger on the A string, find that note. It's also the fifth fret on the mandolins, on the A string. And you should be playing it with your third finger. So if I went on up from there, I'd use this pattern on the E string. So it'd be open E, F sharp, G right next to the F sharp, a space or a fret, open fret, and then it'd be A would be the 5th fret or the 3rd finger on the fiddle, and then finally the 4th finger. So listen one time. It'd be like this. Okay, so start right here. You're going to play the 3rd finger on the A string, sorry, which is a D note. Open E, 1st finger, 2nd finger, 3rd finger, 4th finger. Come on down. Keep on coming on down. That's right. Okay. Okay, good. Okay, so that's really, except for a couple accidentals, there's a couple accidentals in the tune. That's all the notes we need. Okay. Yes.
The highest note was that?
Oh, the highest note, that's a B.
Okay.
With the 4th finger, yeah. It'd be at the 7th fret, so it'd be at the 7th fret.
That's what I want
Yeah.
there.